Hello everybody and welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I'm going to be out in the garden and just going to be doing some tying up, some harvesting and a few other little bits and pieces that needed doing. I missed out a week and a half of my garden. All my family we were down ill with some, I don't know if it's flu or cold thing what was going around. We all got that, so we were mostly laid down, and this is the first time I've got to come out into the garden since. Lucky enough we had a bit of rain for a couple of days which kept the garden watered and kept things going. So I came out today and I'm looking in the pot and I can see that they're still pretty moist, so I don't have to do any gardening or watering on top of that. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to be doing today, and I'll be back with you in a sec. Right, so first thing I'm going to do is get into my cucumbers. I should have moved this pot as well, but I'll see if I can do it without moving it. And I need to hold these ones up again. You can see they've put on a lot of growth since the last time. There's little cucumbers on them. All the way from the bottom I can see like little cucumbers. I'm just going to get this on the pole. See me moving a bit slowly because I'm just in so much pain still. Meanwhile I'm here, I'm just checking for any leaves what I don't like the look of. There's a couple here that I'm going to get from now, which has just got this orange spot on it. But because I don't know much about it, I'm just going to take any leaves off what I see looking like that. Put them there and tidy up. Any yellow leaves. So there's quite a few cucumbers growing on this in different places. So, and surprisingly, this is sending off a lot of side shoots as well. I don't know what kind of one this is. I know it's an outdoor cucumber, but I'm not sure what variety it is, but it's just giving off quite a lot of side shoots. Got a long side shoot that's going from one of them here. There's going over into the lettuce. So this year the cucumbers are doing pretty well this year. So that's what I've done with that one. Those side shoots, I don't know where they're going, so I have to come back to that one in a minute. Right, so here you can see my pumpkin. Let's see if I can get it. That ain't gonna go up anymore. And these have put on quite a lot of growth. Once the sun comes out now, and these get running, then they do take off quite quickly. So I'm going to just carefully get this on so it's going up the pole. As you can see, they're nicely flowering. Right. That one you can see is nicely flowering, and we've got the female pumpkin starting to come out now. So soon, once it gets a little bit taller, then I'll take out the middle bit. So I'm going to just tie this up. So it's on the Now you might think that I'm doing these with cable ties, but these are a flexi one what's made for gardening and that, so that's why I use them. It's quicker than me using the twisty thing. I'll just position that there. That on. This is the one what I broke by accident, so that's starting to send off the side shoots because it's broken already. So I've seen a couple of leaves on here what I need to take off, and I'll show you them when I take them off. Right, this is a common thing with pumpkins and cucumbers and your courgettes and that. This is a thing called powdery leaf mildew. You can see that, the white, and then you get the white under the leaves and all that. When I see that now, I always just take off the leaves. There's a lot of different things that they say you can use to treat them with, but I just prefer to just chop off the whole leaf and get it over and done with. Right, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Right everybody, I've got a pole here. I've got another pumpkin here what's in a bucket, what's starting to run, so I'm going to have to pole that up. So I'm just being careful putting the pole, making sure it goes right down to the bottom of the bucket. Get a little bit of this left, I'll put all this on more. This one's no good, so I'll have to order some new one. Right, so I've got a pumpkin down here, which was that single one. It's in the bucket, so you can see it's running. Well, it's starting to run now. This is the scariest one. I'm going to move this. This is a flower. There's some weeds in it. Just pull these out while I'm here. Sorry to cross the camera. But this is a flower plant. I've had this plant since last year. Someone gave me that plant and some other red one what's just coming up now. This gives off these big white trumpets like a lily, but it's a trumpet shape, which are white, which is a really nice flower, but it's come up twice the size this year. So I've just left it there, but I might have to end up moving it. Right, so I'm going to just get this one onto a pole. So all those who got your pumpkin plants from me, let me know how they're coming on. You can see my ones are coming along nicely, and you know, some of you will say, no, I haven't got the space to plant them, because when the leaves get big and they run and take over the place and everything like that. But you can see they run, you get them running up. I'll get them to about this height, then I'll pick out the middle and that sends out the side shoots. And then some people are saying you only get one pumpkin per plant. You get more, you just have to let them run to a certain height, and then you pick out the centre and it sends out the side shoots, and those side shoots gives off more pumpkin. So you should get about 3 to 4 pumpkins, or maybe more sometimes, from one plant. So just look at all this. See, because since I've broken off that one in a week, this has sent off another side shoot, and you can see how quick it's. Just bring the camera around. Sorry, we're a bit slow today because we've been ill, so we're just taking our time up. Every time I bend over I feel a bit dizzy, but I know I can't neglect the garden. So since you saw the last time I broke off by accident the runner what was here, and what it's done, it sent out another side one here, and that's how much it's grown since, in a week and a half since it got broken off. So once they get going, they're gonna really go at a rate. And this one, I put something in there, but I can't remember what it was, and that's sort of greening up now, so I think it's been shaded too much, so it should be all right now. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to prune out these tomatoes again. I did it the last time, but I think there's some things on there what I've seen what I don't like this stuff on the leaves. I'm just going to see if I can get all this stuff out. Just get the scissors. Anything that you see what you don't like, I just pick it off. I don't want it spreading. Any yellowing leaves or anything like that, I'll get those out as well. You can see these are nicely flowering. A lot of flowers on them. A lot of little cherry tomatoes on them as well. So that's what you have to do. You have to just constantly keep on top of it as much as you can. My one's been neglected a bit, but it's not too bad. I think these need they need a bit of fertiliser, which I might probably give them tomorrow sometime over the weekend. Right, so that's that one. Right, so I'll be back with you in a minute. Right, so I've got this other tomato which is the Gigantico, and as you can see, since we pruned it, how much growth it puts on. The leaves are quite big on it, so that's how big I noticed the leaves are. So I'm going to get some more of these off to get some air going into the plant. Not going to be pruning it too heavy. As you can see, it's nicely flowering now. So you've got to just, you might think this is a bit brutal, but all the energy is going into these giant leaves. And the more air you got going through it, the better. Just looking and seeing what's not doing anything, especially down the bottom of the plants, where you have the most leaves that aren't doing anything. See, just being very careful with it because it's the first time I've grown this variety, and the size of the tomatoes, what they say you can get from this, then I'm just looking forward to that happening. So I must apologise about the noise in the background. If you watch my other videos, you know that I've got the schooling backing onto me. So the children are out playing, so that's the noise what you're hearing. Just checking and seeing what's growing and not doing anything. I want all the energy going into these flowering bulbs, which I think since the last time you can see how much flower buds it's got on it. So whether they're all gonna hold is another story, but we'll just do what we can. Yeah, I'm being a bit brutal on it, but really do want to get something from this. You deserve that at least. So just looking if I can see any what's starting to form the tomato. We've got one right down here. We've got a bunch down here, so you can see just by, I don't know if you can see that. Get my cameraman to zoom in as much as he can. But you can see that you've got nice form of tomato there. It's coming on already, and they look like the big beefsteak tomatoes, but they said they're called Gigantico, so hopefully we'll get some giant tomatoes from them. I also want to see if I can save some of the seeds. Right, so that's that. So we're coming over now to our peppers. So I'll be with you in a sec. Right, so I just pulled out one of my carrots because this one was just going to flower and everything. You can see how much growth it's put on. It's just pure stem and a little tiny carrot at the bottom of it, but it was growing too tall, so I pulled it out. So what we've got to go into now, go into my Scotch bonnet. So I've got my Scotch bonnet plants here, and as you can see they've got a lot of leaf system on them. So what you want to do is just pick off all these lower leaves, and what you want to be looking for as well, you want 3 stems at the top, which is, this one's got 2 at the moment, so I've got 1, 2. So I'll be back with you in a minute because I'm going to see I have to stick that up a bit. Right, so I've got some sticks, so I'm just going to take some more of these off. So what you're looking for, you just want 2 of these coming, or 3 of these coming out, and that's, once you've pruned off these, you can take these ones off, but I'm just going to leave them to get a little bit bigger. Then I'm just going to, I mean this stick is a bit small at the moment, but I'll just to steady the plant for the time being. Just need a short one. No, if that's too small, I'll give it a try anyway. This one might be a bit small. So you just want to put them on, just to steady them. Right, this one, I'm going to take off quite a few of these leaves. You can see they're not doing anything. These are the big leaves, and then some of them didn't look healthy neither, so anything what you see not looking healthy, I just take them off. I don't bother messing around with them. This one has got 3, which is 1 there, 1 there and 1 there, so this should give you a bit more peppers according to them. So just going to pinch this one out and pinch this one out. Anything else what I see what I don't like, so it's just a general maintenance of your plants. I'm going to get this stick in. Just to steady it. Don't think I need to tie this one up yet. This one's quite sturdy, so that's those ones done. Alright, so I'll be back with you in a minute. So I've got these ones down here as well. Just going to pick these leaves off down here. Any leaves what I don't like the look of. So this is just putting a bit more energy into the plant. You can see this one, but no, remember what this one is. This is a bell, yeah, this is a bellboy pepper. This one, and these ones now. Just get rid of this. Put that there first. Just want to get rid of all these big giant leaves, bottom leaves, but I'm not doing nothing to send more energy back up into it. So anything what you don't like the look of, it's up to you. I think that was a lettuce or something. So that's all done. Put that back. Right. Behind now, just got. Right, so because we were ill, these broccolis or spicolis or whatever, they started growing out. So right now I'm gonna have to be very brutal with them because you can trim off these little ones, but it's just going to be too much. You can strip that and eat it, but then these are going to be really bitter. So, I don't know if it's time for them to come up, if they're going to send out any more. Any of these leaves that I see I don't like the look of, they come off straight away. I have a feeling that these are soon should be coming out, because what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be taking out all this kale now. I've used quite a lot of it already. Used quite a lot of it for smoothies and that. I think it's time for it to go. You can see it's just drying up and out flowering now. There ain't no leaves on it really for using anymore. Gonna have to decide now if I'm gonna plant anything else in its place. I suppose you could still put some spinach in there, but I've already planted some more, which I think because I wasn't well, I could see them coming up, but I don't know if they're gonna come to anything. I don't know if I should just take that out. I'm going to take out the middle for now. Or has it done its time? Don't know what everybody thinks. Has it done its time? I know this one has. I think they've done their time. I can't see you getting anything more from that. I'm going to put the out. That's the plant itself. So I don't think that was going to get anything more from that. We had some off of it already, but we would have had some more if we weren't ill. It wouldn't have come to flower out like that. So like we've just got our beetroots in now. You can see the tops of some of them, but sorry I'm a bit slow today because the body's not 100%, and you know this is quite heavy. I mean, we've got some what was coming up down here, but I don't think these would have done anything because they're flower. You can see the flowers in them already. So put those there. So that's that. So just got my beetroots left in there, so everything can get a bit more light now. Right, so that's most of the job what we got for today. So I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden quickly. I know this video might be a bit longer if you've been away from it. Right, so we've got our sweet potato over the back. As you can see, it's nicely running now. So when it starts to run, I'll just push them back onto the pot and then let them curl around the pot, because I don't want them touching any dirt surface, otherwise they send down and there's nothing there. Right, we've got our broccolis, what I planted. You can see that these ones are starting to come up now. These middle ones, you can see nice head of broccoli in there. I'm gonna pick those tomorrow because I don't want them to start flowering. I can see the yellowness in them. I don't think they're going to get any bigger than that, so those would be coming out soon. You see my French beans, I can see something's attacked them again. Something's keep taking off the top of them, but some of them managed to survive and started to run up the pole, and they're flowering now. So, and then we've got some nice flowers on there on the back one. Don't know what's happened to the middle ones. My courgettes, you can see they're nicely coming on. We've had a lot of them there. I can see a couple down there what I need to pick in a minute when I've finished. And you can see the nice big courgette flowers, so it's still flowering. This is another one of my pumpkins that I just planted recently. I don't think this pole is long enough. Let me just get a pole. I'll be back with you. I'm going to put a longer pole in this and tie it up. Right, so I've got this pumpkin here. I'll put another pole in. Just trying to see where it goes. I don't want to damage it, because this was one of the last ones that I planted out. This was meant to go to someone, but they were taking too long, so I had to find somewhere to plant it. I lost quite a few. But this is one what's come along and it's struggled, and you know it's growing, so I just have to let it do what it does and run up the pole. I think it only needs one tie, and I've got another pole there. Right, so I had to put that in with the onions. Right, so back with you. You can see my tomatoes are coming along nicely. I can't climb over there now. I need to prune it out a little bit more. But you can see, since I pruned it out, there's quite a lot of tomato bunches on there. There's one there what's just come from nowhere. and it's got some on there already, so I've got to thin that one out. Right, can see my sweet potato now, what I'm saying with it. Once it gets going, just have to turn this one back around if I can. So this is starting to run like mad now. So I want it to stay in its own pot. And you can see how much growth that's put on. That's all sweet, all the growth since you saw it the last time. So hopefully we should get quite a few this time. Right. You can see my corns coming on leaps and bounds now. And this is my shallots. They're doing quite well. And my courgette down here, so looking nice. My basil, we haven't used any of it yet, but hopefully we should use some soon. My lettuce is overgrown. The snails are having a feast day because we haven't been able to pick anything. We had to live off of soup while we were ill, so that's why it's like that. Got my other sweet potatoes around the back. They're starting to run now. I had to curl them over. Those were the last ones what I planted, what were left over, what was meant to go out, and I had to just pop them, so I just had to find a quick solution for them. So they're starting to run now, so hopefully they should be alright. My parsley and my rosemary down there. My thyme is doing quite well. Some of these lily pots and all that, just got to weed those out. And my mint and all that. My asters and everything are coming along nicely. Some people's going to say this should be at the back, but I just put whatever in there and let it grow. I'm not bothered about uniformity or anything like that. Just put them in, let them flower, and they'll give you a display when you come and sit out here. It looks nice, so that's all there is to it. Right, see my tomatoes, they're coming along nicely, lots of flower heads on there. My lettuces come on leap and bounds again, because we haven't been able to pick any. Then they've taken over a bit, but hopefully they should go down a bit soon. The cucumbers you saw me tie up earlier, and then there's a nice big one here, but I'm sure this is a gherkin variety. I don't think that's like the proper lengthy cucumbers. And you can see my flowers are looking really nice yellow flowers and pink all the way up. My lilies come out. Let's go up there a bit. All my other flowers are looking nice, my mint, my chard and that, and I've still got the rashidios. I'm going to be using some of that. Maybe in the next video you see that's going to be out. I'm going to do a from garden to pot video, so you'll see that. And then you see my rhododendrons over the back. Nice pink flowers coming out on that. with my lilies and everything, my flowers down here, all my lilies and everything starting to flower out and everything. So that's what my garden looks like for now. So if you like what you're seeing, please remember to like, share and subscribe, and tell a friend to tell another friend. On the, I think it was the last video, we reached out to all those who are living nearby. If you live in Luton or up to London and you've got a small garden, what you've done like this and everything, drop me an email, or if you can't, drop a comment in the comment section and let me know, and I'll send you my email address and you can send me a short video of your gardening, and I'll feature it in one of our upcoming videos. So this channel, I'm trying to make it for everybody what does small container garden and have a small garden like this. You'll be surprised how much things you could fit in, as well as flowers and everything. You can fit in other things that will feed you for the year, and hopefully you'll get along by doing it. It'll make you feel more better when you know you've done something for yourself and harvested it for yourself, and you watch it grow over that time period. So if you want to reach out to me on that behalf, I've mentioned it in the last video. If I'm nearby or you're nearby to me, I'm in Luton. So if you're nearby, I can travel up with my cameraman and we can film or do a little short film of your garden and feature it in one of our videos later down. We're in July now, so we haven't got a few months of the growing season yet, but it will carry on till when we've run out of videos. Then we'll do something else, but hopefully if we get enough videos to feature, we can feature them over that time period. So please remember to share and subscribe. We know a lot of you are watching but you're not subscribing, and tell your friends to tell another friend, and hopefully we'll see you all on the next one, and happy gardening to you all.